Hi, Mark June, South Texas Trapline. I wanted to show some specifics today about how I bed a trap. Sounds really fundamental, real easy to do. I have found since I've run trapping academies at a professional grade, week-long courses for years, I've watched a lot of trappers make a lot of trap beds, and most dig the trap bed too big for the trap that you use. So I've got an MB550 here, and you'll see if it's just a visualization in my mind of where that trap's going to go. And I cut the ground. I've got a good trowel here, reinforced trowel, custom made. And so I dig the ground out the size that the trap needs to be. No bigger, no smaller. Sometimes I have to enlarge it like this. Okay, this is where the levers are going to go. And I'm scooping out like a crane the dirt. So I've got a concave edge because these edges right here are where this trap is going to go. And I'm not going to put the trap in right now. Well, I am going to put the trap in when I've set the trap, but not for this video reel. And then I'm going to use poly. Now, I've watched many different trap methods. I used to be a screen guy back in the day. I've never really been there's a lot of different methods. So I'll watch people use poly, and they go to getting poly. I don't know how much poly. And I've seen traps like this. I've seen traps. This is enough poly right here for 100 traps. So again, most folks come out and go, okay, how much, Mark? Not that much. Not that much. This much. Not very much at all. All you have to do with the system that I'm showing you is put it under the free fall side of the pan. It has to keep dirt out of right here. That's all you need to do. Because when you put the trap in the ground, all right, and please don't send me a message about, well, my dirt here and my dirt there and my dirt is over here. Look, I have trapped in northern states with muck ground, carrot farms. I have trapped in the northeast. I've trapped in the southeast. I've trapped in the west. I've trapped in all, you name it. I will say Alabama red clay was some of the most challenging dirt I've ever had. But look at what I'm going to do with the trap. You see how when you dig the trap bed, as big as the trap needs to be, I set it in there and I bottle cap screw it in. And look at how firm it already is when you leave the edges concave. Now, if you dig out, instead of this, dig out all of it, you won't bed that trap well. And you certainly can't twist it in. Then I use my sticky stick. These little sticks that I just cut from the local, whatever the bushes are. And that is a fence. I don't want them stepping on that dog, on that trap dog. So this keeps the paw off of here. That's why I use the sticky stick. Plus, this is really handy after a hard rain or something like that. And everything gets obliterated and you look around and you can't even find your set. There's my sticky stick. I can locate my trap. But again, I'm not covering the trap. I'm just showing you the placement. I put it in, I twist it into place, and so for those of you that take it all out, pack it all back in, I'm just suggesting that you cut your set time down drastically. This just takes me a few moments to put it in, twist it into place, sticky stick, polyfill goes under here. Now, what I want to show next, maybe I will put the dirt. I'm gonna have to dig it up because this will be a set. You see, I'm grading right over the trap. Don't do this. Then you're gonna it's all about time. You want that trap in the ground. I just want to show something here. When I get the trap in, this is why that polyfill in such a little amount works. Because I'm seeding the dirt once. Now again, I've showed this at my Trappers Academy. I've had trappers come in, find the pan, and they go like this. And I tell them, don't make cement. You're putting, look, a coyote weighs 20 to 30 pounds, maybe a little more in the north. You just need them to be firm on this. And this will take a ½ inch of rain, no problem. 3/4, no problem. Inch, we're all gonna be redoing sets. And then you see I'm done. That's my trap pan. So whatever the smells, That's the target area. 9 inches back. When I'm doing for cats and dogs, I'm about 8. That's 9 inches for my tractor, so it's about 8. But that's just a simple method. You put the dirt on once, pat it once, firm and that poly keeps the dirt from coming under that side. And again, I've used that system now for 15 years in multiple states, a ton of projects. It works everywhere I go. So just trying to give you some solid information. Again, I say it from time to time, I'm not saying my way is the only way. I'm just saying that it's piled up an awful lot of critters for me over the decades. So Mark June, South Texas Trapline, thanks for following me.